Yeah, we're going to be talking about mothers and daughters. So, as a mom, I'm a mom, and I know you're a daughter. And one of the things that I know that mothers do in the world, and for us as daughters especially, is they teach us how to be a woman, and they also show us what we can expect out of other women. So that being said, Katie, what is one thing that you have always secretly wanted to ask your mom or say to your mom, but were afraid to? Whether it was you're afraid it might hurt her, or you would feel like she was judging you.
So for me, it's a little bit, I mean, maybe not different than any other daughter, but I'm adopted, and I've always felt sort of like the black sheep in my whole family, and with my connection with my mom. I've always wanted to tell her that I wish that we could be more connected on more of like a personal, this is my life, this is who I am, like the kind of way. And always felt, not that she would judge me, but that she just wouldn't get it. Like she wouldn't get that I do this or that I'm this way or blah, 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 because it's different than her and it's different than where she comes from.
Do you believe that's different because your DNA isn't the same, or do you believe that, how she was raised and how she grew up dictates that, or both?
Both a little bit, because my grandparents are very like by the book, and I'm so not. And so I think it has a lot to do with how she was raised and our family, but also a lot of it is because I do know my birth mom, and me and her do have those connections where me and my mom don't, and vice versa. But I think it has a little bit to do with both.
So when you're not by the book in your family, how does your mom react to that? Is it received?
A little bit.
Or are you worried that you have to keep that from her?
I do shelter it a little bit. Like I don't, I'm not raw and real with her all the time. Like I tell her the things she needs to know, but I don't just like unwillingly give my whole everything about myself to them a little bit. Like I definitely do hold back on who I am sometimes.
Do you wish you were closer to your mom?
Yes.
I will tell you this, that sheltering her from all of the things that are you will continue to keep that disconnect. And are you afraid that she'll reject you if you share all the things?
A little bit, because I have shared little things and then felt that sort of rejection, or maybe it wasn't a rejection as much as like a disappointment, sort of, that's kind of taught me to, okay, don't do that, don't cross those lines, which is no fault of hers, it's just how it goes.
Well, it's hard as a parent, I do know, to, especially if it's, sometimes we can see the accident coming before we hit the car crash, and as a parent sometimes we see that, and I'm a daughter too, so I understand that we immediately kind of want to go into just shut it down, but it does the opposite of what you really want, which is a connection to your mom.
Absolutely.
So what's one incident that you recall kind of spilling more than you normally would have, where you felt that either rejection or disappointment?
One that I can think of that screams at me is I had this ex, and it was a horrible, shitty, awful relationship that I shouldn't have been in, and I told her about it, and all the things that were going on in it, but when I got to the more personal side of it, where I was like, I'm really hurt and I'm really like genuinely sad about this, it was kind of like just like, oh, well, and there was like not really any like, I know, acknowledgement of like the way I was feeling about it, every way that I had acted throughout the whole relationship. Like it was just a very like blank reaction, and I was like, okay, well, why am I gonna feed all of the, like, I know she's my mom, and like obviously I should tell her everything and not feel afraid to, But that one was a really big one for me, that I felt like I couldn't really share every detail about how I was feeling, what was going on with her, where I had other outlets so that I could talk to about it. But with her, I was just kind of like, okay, I don't even feel like you're really listening, sort of.
Do you remember when you were learning how to ride a bike?
Yes.
Did you get on the first time and know exactly how to ride a bike?
No.
So I'm not negating at all how you felt let down by mom not being what you needed her to be in that moment. Not negating that at all. However, because you haven't really shared much with your mom, that was like her first time on a bike with you.
Yeah.
And she just didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens to us in relationships, we immediately take a mental note like, not doing that again.
Yeah.
And we miss out on riding the bike.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to encourage you. I know that maybe she disappointed you in that moment. And I'm sure if mom was sitting right here, she would feel upset that she disappointed you as well. Just let her get another chance to get back on the bike. I promise you. You'll start to get more of a connection, because I know in hearing my own daughter's pain, especially when I don't have all the answers, or Lord knows moms never say the right thing in those moments, right? But even when I can't stop her pain, I'm grateful that she felt she could trust me to share it with me. So keep sharing with her and get back on the bike.
Yeah.